Oh, welcome everybody. Last day. Woohoo! Sorry about that. We had a power cable hanging out. Well, it wasn't actually a power cable. It was a fibre optic cable. So it was a Wi-Fi cable hanging down. Anyway, I didn't want to get electrocuted anyway, so we just moved it. So sorry about that. So this is the last day, eh? Yoo-hoo! My son photobombs. I don't know. Did you see the other day when I was taking one of the daily weekly classes and the dealer's puppy came out? He was dragging on my leg and was pulling my trouser leg. And then I had two puppies running around chasing each other. My son and the real puppy. Two puppies. Yeah, it's great. But anyway, last day today. Last day in this garden after... So we've been filming here for over 7 years in this garden. 7 years, we're close to 7 years. If not, 7 years. Pretty cool, eh? Last one. I miss the garden, but don't miss all the noise because we have a road right beside us, so we miss the... It's only just like a back road, it's not a big road. It's only like a one lane sort of, 2-lane, small road. It's just an inner city thing, but all the bikes go past, right on cue. But with the new place, we've got no bikes at all. So it's quiet. It's so cool. All we can hear is the sea, the waves of the sea, which is very nice. Very cool. So who's on? We've got Mark, Dennis, and Serene. Welcome to class. And welcome to everybody else coming to do the class today. So I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, but we'll work it out as we get there. We're on last day. Very cool. I'm sure I need to go that way, don't I? I'll go this way a little bit. So I'm in the centre of the shot. Oh, did you find my clock? Where'd you go, boo? Good boy, put it down there. Good boy. Where'd you find it? Oh, Rainer, it's upside down. Rainer. Got to turn around the other way. 12 at the top. That's it. Good boy. My socks, he does very good. 12 done, perfect. My socks are on clock duty, so every time we set up when we're doing the courses, his official job is to carry the clock out. And so he couldn't find the clock, so he just found it somewhere. Because we're packing and we've got 1 million boxes sitting inside. Well, not quite 1 million boxes, but it looks like 1 million boxes. So we've got stuff everywhere. It's going to take us 2 days to move, because here in Bali what they do, they don't have big trucks, they have these tiny little trucks. And so we'll probably do about 10 trips from here over to the other side of the bypass. We'll probably do that 10 trips in a day on this little truck. So it has lots of trips. But the daily rate for the truck is really reasonable, so, and the people coming to help us move, so it's good. But lots of trips. Do I think? I say to Josephine today, I've taken our big bed apart, because we had a big 4-posted bed with a mozzie unit over the top. We've taken it apart. So we're sleeping on the floor tonight, but I remember when we first moved here, we slept on the floor before we had our bed made. And so we've sort of gone from one end to the other, and we're finishing being on the floor again, which is... I don't know why the symbology of that is, but there seems to be something about that. Yeah. I said to Rainer, it's like camping. You go camping on the floor. I remember in our new house we've got it's a big lawn, so I was thinking of buying him a tent and let him sleep outside. There's no creepy crawlers that can get to him. But I remember when I was young, I used to sleep in the backyard at home in New Zealand in a tent in the backyard. I used to sleep out there a whole summer when I was a kid. It was really, really good sleeping outside. I really liked it. And so I give Rainer the same experience. I'm not sure he's old. We might have to sleep out there with him. I might have to buy a lilo and sleep with him out there and buy a tent. So we go camping at the beach. And he'll quite enjoy it. I used to love doing that. And I say every night. Yeah, to a hip. So forward and backwards. Very cool. So I missed one then, didn't I? Cool. Do a figure eight. Cool. To the knees. Do this before we do our stretching of our legs today. Good. Now we'll do our legs. Yeah, that's better. Just need to stretch the knee a bit first. That's it. That's better. Very good. And the other side. We've got somebody up a tree out here by the front lawn. So here in Bali they don't put the Wi-Fi underground, they put it in the power lines. So as the more and more people get Wi-Fi, the amount of cables on their power line is just getting bigger and bigger. There's just thousands of wires on it. They're just putting another one up. Always reminds me, I remember I was in Hong Kong once and I thought there was a competition to see how many power lines I could get onto one pole at one time. And I've got some great photos of 1 million pieces of wire all hanging off this one pole. Bizarre. And they're all up there and they climb up there with no particular, they just moving wires around and all sorts of stuff. It's bizarre. Crack me up. These guys are a bit the same. Things that amuse me. God, in New Zealand they wouldn't be able to get near that pole. You wouldn't be allowed. Especially when all the power lines are on there at the same time. So, what are we doing today? Well, first of all, gong, won't we? Well, let's gong in here. I know what we're doing. Just came to me straight away, so it shouldn't be just pretty hard to work out what it's going to be. Rock back onto here. Left hand underneath, right hand on top, two thumbs together. Gong. Make a fist with your right. Your left hand, cover with your right, bring it down. Very cool. Okay, so first exercise we're going to do is Sage presents peach. Wonder why? I'll tell you why we're doing it. So hands start facing towards the ground. Yep, and you're going to rock back onto both heels. And then you're going to move on to your right heel. And you're going to bring and then come forward. As you come forward into the ball of your foot, on your right side, your hand comes up. Now rock back onto the heel of the right heel, cross to the left heel, and then come to the ball of the foot on your left. Now I'm mirroring you, eh? So go back onto the left, cross to the right. And as you come forward, one hand goes up. So the opposite hand, so the hand goes across the body, the other one's down. Comes up past your tummy, past your danti in, your lower danti, and then hand goes out. Now as I'm looking this way, my body's straight this way. I'm not looking to the side, and I'm not leaning forward either. My back's still straight and I'm leaning that way. So I come back, looking across, and then I'm looking straight ahead. Yeah. Looking forward. You're holding the peach in this hand. Yeah. Mark and I have had lots of discussion around what the significance of this exercise is and the true meaning, because I said to people that if you can work out why you're presenting the peach, that's what makes you the sage, and the sage is like an enlightened person. And we had many discussions going back and forwards to narrow down the true meaning of where this exercise came from. Yeah? And I say, if you know why you're presenting the peach, it'll make it a bit easier for you if you know why you're presenting the peach, and you know why you're presenting the peach and who you're presenting the peach to, is make you enlightened. How's that? Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. So this is good for anybody that does intellectual work, yeah, and you do a lot of work with your mind. It's very good for your heart, your stomach, and your spleen. but it's one of the major exercises to get rid of stress. Stress and strain, mental anguish. That's a great word, isn't it? Mental anguish. Ooh, that sounds terrible. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have mental anguish. And this exercise is very good. So it's a great exercise before you go to sleep at night. Yeah. But it's a good exercise just to calm you. And I've been running around flat out for days now. So this is a great exercise. Just sit out in the lawn, breathing in and breathing out. It just calms the heart. Breathing in and breathing out. Very good. I'm feeling better already. Breathing in. I feel like a sage. I'll give you a few hints because I know a lot of people watch these classes afterwards. So remember sage in Chinese mythology, you'll see Guan Yin, the famous female deity. You see her holding the peach and she holds her hands like that. You'll see like this holding the peach. Yep. And then you'll also see Zhao, which is Z-H-O-U. He's one of the immortals, one of the 5 immortals. And you'll see him, and he holds a staff and he holds a peach as well. So the peaches are very significant in traditional Chinese medicine, or Chinese culture itself. It's a sign of longevity, but it's also a sign of wisdom. It's one of the ultimate gifts you can give to somebody in the understanding of Chinese philosophy. Yeah. That's why you see peach blossoms in lots and lots of their paintings, and you see lots of peaches in their paintings. It's the same reason. So to understand why you're the sage, you have to understand that's the significance of the peach bit. Who are you giving the peach to? What does the peach represent anyway? If I have trouble sleeping, it's not that I get that anymore. I used to have insomnia when I was a young person. But I used to do this, not this exercise, but there's an exercise similar, but this is a really good exercise for insomnia. I didn't know this exercise at the time. It's a very, very cool exercise. It just slows everything down. Good. So I want us to stop the rhythm we're going, and I want you to slow it and bring your hands back down again. Good. Check your arms out. Good. So now we're going to do 2 breaths. We're going to do 2 in and out breaths inside the exercise. So we're going to slow it right down. So as we're breathing in, we're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and then breathe out. So same with the other one. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. And then we'll do long, slow, quiet breaths. So we're going to slow the exercise right down, yep? And get the benefit of going slow. Now, don't force the breath. Have the breath just a long, slow duration. It's a long, slow in breath, long, slow out breath. It's just to regulate the breathing inside the movement. So we're going to do 2 breaths for each side, yep? So breathing in. Breathing in, and then breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now you have to judge how fast you go in this exercise. It'll be different for everybody. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing out. That's it. Good. And just take a little practice to get used to the breathing pattern, yeah? Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Now you start getting the idea of the breath. Now you can just go nice and slow with your arms, nice and slow with the rocking back, nice and slow with the turning of the pelvis, nice and slow with the coming forward. Very good. That's it. Nice and slow. That's it. So be aware of the body rocking back. Tunia, aware the hands changing over. Be aware of the movement moving forward in the balls of your foot on the other side. Be aware of rocking back onto your heels. Cross to the other heel. And then moving forward to the ball of the foot on the right foot at this stage. That's it. Just let the arms float. You feel like they're floating by themselves now. The whole body just seems to be moving by itself. Just watch the breath. Very good. Bring your hand back and finish there. Very cool. I'm going to do embrace the mountain. We're going to do one long in breath, one long out breath. Rocking back on your heels. Bring your hands forward. Breathing in. Oh, we've got company. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Rocking forward as you open. Rocking back as you close. Uh-oh, hang on a second. Dog's grabbing cable. Oh, no, you can't do that. No, no, go away, you can't do that. Sorry, you can't buy the cable. Hang on. Could you get Josephine to come and pick up the dog? I know you just want to play, I get that, but the problem is you want to bite the cables. You can just stay out here and be fine, but don't bite the cables. Sorry about that, people. Here comes the dog catcher. It's entertainment today, isn't it? Here we go again. Raina, just catch him. Stop chasing. He thinks you're chasing him. Come here. I don't think you help much, Raina. You just make him more excited. Careful with the glass there, Raina. Sorry about this, people. I just have to catch this dog. Oh.
Give him.
There you go. Okay, can you shut the door for him?
Sure.
Thank you. Good boy. Okay, where were we? Dog catching. He's such a cute puppy. Of course, Raina is trying to catch him. He just chasing him. He just thinks it's a big game, as you just watched. Okay, we embrace the mountain, breathing in. Oh, I love that. It's like a bit of joy, isn't it? You bring that joy of that happiness into your heart. It's just such a great feeling. and the smiles of the little puppy running around, the little kid running around. It's very cool. Breathing in. And so it'd be okay, but he wants to chew on the LAN cables. He wants to chew on the power cables, which is not a good idea. Breathing in. Good. So next one we're going to do is dragon emergence from the sea, from the Shubashu. That's what we're doing a Shubashu exercise today. So bring the hands forward and bring them both up. Or no, I'm going to do a different one. So it came to me, I changed it in midstream. We're going to do pulling silk hands, not pulling silk hands. I have to think of the name of the exercise. Breathe up. Yeah. Bring the hand down. Right hand comes down, palm facing towards the front. Very good. It comes around. Floating silk hands, so that's pulling silk hands. It was something like that. Knew it was silk hands. Breathing in. Comes up the back. And you turn your hips. The hip turns and it brings you back to the front. Yeah. And as you go across the front, the other hip comes back that brings the arm back. So the hips are moving the arms. The arms are just following what's going on with the hips. Bring your hip back. Hands go forward. Turn the hand up and slide it across the top. Don't make sure the hands don't touch, and you'll feel the energy between the palm of your hands. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Just let the arms float, so you feel like your arms are just moving by energy alone, just energy. Just move your hips, and as the hip moves, the arms just move with the energy of the hips. So the arms feel like they're just weightless, and they're moving around, sliding across the top. That's it. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Breathing in. Last one. Breathing out. Bring your hands around. The hands down. Dragon emerges from the sea, So we're going to do a wide stance, So step out. So it's like two horse stances. So you have a single horse stance with 1 foot, and two makes it a double, So out that way. Then sit down with your knees above your toes. Put your hands towards the ground first. And roll your hands around, and then pull your hands back on your hips. Yep, still with your right hand first. The hip goes forward. The hand turns from upside down, rotates over till the holes at the top. The holes at the top of your fist this way. Yep. Then it turns over, and you turn your elbow. The elbow goes into the centre, and it turns over and then goes out. Yep. Then the other hand comes out. As the other hand comes out, the other one comes back in. Goes out. This one's upside down again, this one's facing that one. Then go in, and then out. Good, pull it back, the other one comes upside down, the other one goes from upside down, it turns over. That's it, perfect. Make sure the arm's not straight, don't straighten your arm at the front, it's sort of slight bend, turn your arm, and back. Good. The arm goes forward. Pull your hip back, brings the arm down, bring your hip back and brings the arm back again. Good. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Tuck your pelvis. Tuck your bum under. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Better like that. That's it. breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. This one's good for stress and strain as well. It's interesting that exercises that are used for this idea of this one, the same with the Bhagwan Jin and the same with 5 elements. All these exercises are really good for getting stress out of the body. So the idea of punching a pillow or punching a bag to relieve stress is actually a right principle, because what happens is that just the way that these exercises are designed, that as you move forward, as your hand's going forward, all the perverse chi goes out through your hand. It's like a punch. So when you punch really hard, all the energy goes flying down your arm, and it's just a really good way of getting rid of perverse chi out of the body, or any stress out of the body, or any worry. Because worry is an energy, stress is an energy. And you want to relieve yourself of that and get it out of the body, and this is one of the ways you do that. But of course you don't think of anybody when you're doing this. It's just into the air. Breathing in. Very good. Breathing out. Breathing in. 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 Breathing out. Good. And of course, I forgot to mention, the fist is a light fist. It's not a clenched fist. The hand's touching, but there's just a soft fist. So the fingers are just touching the palm, but there's no. You're not clenching your fist. It's light. It's relaxed. So the hand's completely relaxed. Yeah. Very good. Good, and we do one more, right? Bring the hand back, turn the palms over and press the hands down towards the connection to the earth, standing straight or up, and then move your left foot back in again. Very cool. Now I want to do the exercise for the fire exercise for, actually, I'm going to do 2. The fire exercise for the 5 element Qigong. The 5 element, we'll do the fire exercise, which is for the heart and the small intestine. But we're mainly doing this for the heart. Yeah? So we'll start from the feet like that. So what happens is we turn, the hands come up, and the top hand comes parallel to the front, and you're looking under the top arm, you're looking underneath, and the other hand's like that. I'm going to turn around so you can see what it looks like. It looks like that. I'm looking under here, and the other hand's pressed like that. Yeah? They're together to start off with. So when they come up to there, so they go from here to there, and then you press the bottom hand forward. Yeah. And then you turn around to the front, you bring the top hand up onto the top of the heart meridian and the small intestine. You bring the energy down the arm. You don't touch the arm, all the way down, and both the small intestine, the heart and the small intestine finish at the little finger. And you bring the perverse chi out of the lung, the small intestine and the heart meridian. Go to the other side, comes up, close to your body. Looking underneath your arm, press the hand forward. Turn back to the front. Bring your hand to the top. Energy down the heart and small intestine, really out through the little finger. That's the perverse chi goes out. Good. Now hips turn. The hip brings your hands up. The hip pushes the other hand forward. The hip brings you back around. And then gravity brings your arms down. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and then breathing out. Breathing in. It's a good way to get rid of fire out of your heart, because you don't want fire in your heart. It upsets your heart. Makes you manic, makes you have funny dreams, you have vivid, weird dreams if you've got too much fire in your heart, or it's like getting nightmares. And you don't want fire in your heart during the day, because it makes you quite manic. You become touchy, you become quite emotional. You have a short fuse, hence the fire sign. Explosive. Breathing in and breathing out. While you're doing this, you're thinking of taking any fire out of your heart. You take the fire out, give it back into the earth. Breathing in. Very cool. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out, down. Very cool. Breathing in. So the hips turn. The hip turns to push your hand forward. So you just don't push your hand forward by itself. My hip, you see my hips moving. My hips moving. And that's what pushed my arm forward. I just don't do the arm. Don't do the arm, that's it. We want the arm moving because what's going on in the hips. And we turn to the front. The hips turn to the front. The arms come down because of the weight. You ride them down because of gravity. Turn, the hips come up. Turn the hip, push the hand down. Good. Back to the front. Breathing out. Good, we'll do the breath again. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, come to the front. And then breathing out. Perfect. Breathing in. Breathing out. The front, breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Very good. Breathing out. One more on the other side. Very good. We're going to finish. We're going to step out. We're going to finish out with the Wag the Tail. Yep, we'll do the Wag the Tail from the bug on gin exercises. Yep, we'll just finish the set. But this is another good exercise to get rid of any built up fire in the heart. Fire it gives you agitation. It agitates your heart, agitates your soul, and so you just feel agitated, basically. But you become the word's manic. You get too much energy in the heart, and it's like too much heat in the heart. You know what it feels like. You've met people that just, you can just feel it's inside them. And it's not necessarily anger. Anger's too much fire in the liver. If you get anger, it's a very different. You get the red face and you see the person, and you can imagine if you're talking to them, if you just touch them, they'd blow up into anger. But a person that's got too much fire in their heart, they're going to blow up into emotional outbursts. They're just going to not get angry. They're just going to just fall apart and start crying and go, whoa, that person. Yep, and we've all been that ourselves, so we're talking to the mirror back at ourselves, of course. But it's that person, it's not the anger one, it's the other one. You're just agitated, just emotionally agitated, and that's a fire in the heart sign. It's not the only one, it's just one of them, yeah? So, we turn your knees apart and bring our knees above our toes. We'll do this 3 times. Turn your hands over, so the thumbs are facing backwards, and you start with this position here, and tuck your bum underneath. Yep. I'm going to go to the right side first, and you turn your hips around to the side. So notice I'm turning my body around to the side. I'm not turning my hips around to the side. I'm turning my body around to the side. There's a difference. I'm turning from here, and from here there, not from there. Yep. So it's going from here. So I turn my body around to the side. I'm going to go down that side, and go right down. I'm going to keep my back straight. I'm going to look forward. So you get your head up. You're looking straight ahead. Go across the front. Get to the other side. And then sit back up again, and then turn your hips back to the front again. Yeah? Tuck your bum underneath. Good. We're going to breathe out on the way down. Turn to the left. Breathing out. Out through the mouth. Breathing in. Good. And breathing out. Breathing out. One more time. Breathing out. It's like a dog panting and getting rid of the heat. Breathing in. Back inside. In. Very good. Slowly stand up. Bring your feet in. We're going to do an exercise to regulate our chi today, so we normally don't do this. We normally should. Should, could, would. But we all today. And that's to bring the energy back to the dantian. Actually, we'll clear the dantian as well while we do this, because when we're talking about emotional energy in the body, it disturbs all sorts of things that happen inside the body. So we're going to, last one we're going to bring the surplus energy back to the dantian, and then the last one we're going to clear our dantian out, yeah? So we'll start with an easy exercise. It's called Nature's Fragrance Drifts Up from the Stream. Got a really long name. It's a very easy exercise. Breathing in. There's actually a lot more happening than it looks. And then breathe out. So we're returning the energy, or returning your chi back to your lower dantian, back to your tummy. So think of your legs, bringing the energy up from your legs, and returning any surplus chi back into your lower dantian. You want to keep the chi in your legs, of course, but surplus chi, yeah? And think of your arms, bringing any extra energy that you have in your arms that you don't need, bring it back to the lower dantian. The body will reabsorb it in the extraordinary channels, vessels. Think of your spine, up to the top of your head, and pull the surplus chi back into dantian. Good, now you're going to think of your tummy, the tummy region, the abdominal region, all your organs inside your thoracic cavity, and any surplus chi put back in the dantian. So you leave the body with plenty of chi. That's just the extra chi we don't need. Very cool. We'll do one more, right from the ground all the way to the top of your head, and then all the way back down into your lower dantian. Good. And we're going to do the opening and closing exercise from the lower dantian. Bring your hands on your lower dantian. Left hand for men on your tummy, right over the top. Woman, right with your left over the top. And we're going to clear out any perverse chi that now that we've returned all the energy back into the dantian, we just don't want any perverse chi in there, so we're going to clear that out. So we've only got good chi in there, yeah? And how we do that is bending down, and in your mind, bring your hands apart and push the perverse chi out. Bring the good chi back in. Push it out. Breathe in. Good. Breathe out. Breathe in. Put your hands on your tummy and stand up. Very cool. That feels good, doesn't it, eh? So we're nice and clean. The energy should feel quite light in your body now. You should feel the vibrancy. It feels quite clean energetically, but your heart will feel clean too. And that you get that. Sometimes when you feel like there's a lot of weight on you, you feel like there's been held down by all this pressure. These exercises lift it off, so it feels a lot more buoyant now, which is great. Especially that Embrace the Mountain helps you to open up your heart. Very cool. And I just got a message for Dennis. By the way, this is weird. I'm doing the exercise and I get a message for Dennis. And this is going to sound really weird for everybody who's watching this. Don't listen to this except for Dennis. Dennis, you need to go outside the tree in your front yard. It's got something to tell you. I don't know why your tree just talked to me. Mainly because I'm standing on the ground that your tree is, but he just told me to come and talk to him. Yeah, so I'm sure it's the one at the front of the yard, not the one at the back. Yeah. Yeah, you know which tree I'm talking about. Yeah, it's got a message for you. There you go. I'm the bearer of interesting news sometimes. Do message me, private message me, tell me what it said. I'm intrigued why I would get a message to tell you to do that. Yeah, go figure that one. I love that. There's more going on in the world than we probably think there is, eh? It's a bigger, way bigger world. Yep, there's a whole lot of other stuff going on, which is fantastic. Roll back on your thumbs. Left hand underneath, right hand on top. Two thumbs together. Gong. Make a fist with your left hand. Bring your hand towards your heart. And then bring your hands down. And this is the last time I gong in this yard, probably. Well, will be the last time I gong in this yard. So I'd like to thank the trees that I've got. All these mango trees. I've got 1, 2, 3 big mango trees, and all these vines around it. And all these frangipani trees we've got in here too. I just want to thank you guys for looking after us while we've been training for the last 7 years, and thank you for looking after us, and thank you for giving us lovely fruit. So we all like mangoes. Mangoes are great. So thank you for being in the lawn, and thank you for the earth that we're standing on underneath this building. And thank you for that. Thank you for sharing it with us, and thank you for sharing it with everybody else for a while. Even though when I'm connected to the new place, I'll still be connected to the ground, but it's always nice to say thank you anyway. Be cool, everybody. Have a beautiful weekend. I wish mine's going to be quiet, but it's not. It's going to be busy. And have a good weekend, eh? And Dennis, please send me the message. I want to know what it might not be for me. it might not be personal. So if you want to, if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. Just let me know anyway. If it's for you, not for me, but I'm always intrigued. You don't have to. Bye-bye, everybody.